Welcome to Terry TV. Hello, everybody. I'm Terry Harden, and I'm your host. Uh, it's only me here. So there you go. This is my channel. Listen, if you're joining us for the first time, welcome. And if you're doing it after live, welcome still. Today, I'm just going to talk about a couple of things for you. And I'm going to start with you've created your art. Now, how do you get noticed? All right. So we'll talk a little bit about that. And I'm going to start with my charity. Many of you, if you have been following me and you've been following me on other venues like Instagram or Facebook, those are my two other ones. Really, on TikTok, you can follow me on TikTok, but I still have not figured out how to even work TikTok. And this is probably because I'm 66 years old and I'm not sure I want another venue. So YouTube and Facebook and Instagram are keeping me busy enough. Hi and welcome to Crazy Mark's Fun Channel. Hello. And 18 minutes to Terry. Hang on. Oh, you were so sweet. You guys are so nice. That was really nice of you to do that. Thank you very much. The countdown. See, I'm so lucky. I've got just great followers here. But anyway, let me continue with what I was going to say. Today, I'm going to start out by talking about art. The art can be anything, guys. If you are passionate about something, but you're in a job that just is making you cranky because you're not doing what you love, I would suggest you don't throw the baby out with the bathwater, meaning hang on to your job and then work around. Use this job to keep you sort of afloat, and then you just sort of like ingredients in a soup or a stew, just add your art in a little bit. By that, I mean is create your art, whatever it is, and then slowly sprinkle it in to let people know about it on social media, show some behind the scenes if you want on social media. One of the things that I love about social media is that it's a great venue to share with people your process. And that's the cool part, right? That's the really cool part. I did for I'm zipping all around. First of all, if you are brand new and you don't know who I am, I'm Terry Harden. I am Disney's legendary Imagineer. I am a Muppeteer. I'm an internationally trademark artist and speaker, and et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. Just Google Terry Harden and you can find out all you want to know. I've got 2 Wikipedia pages, and there's a ton of content out there that kind of explains who I am and where I've been, and you're welcome to take a look. This channel, what is this channel? This channel is a channel that just has a lot of my advice and opinions. I rarely have guests because you guys are really good with the guest thing. You've had me as a guest, you've had other guests, and I think I'm just so proud of you for getting guests because that can be very challenging. And I just want to be here to share with you what I'm up to, what I'm doing, and how you possibly can create or do what you love. This is not just for artists. So let's say, for example, you've always wanted to be the best, whatever you're passionate about, you want to be the best at it. The best Lego builder, the best floor polisher, the best accountant. And don't giggle because I have an accountant who's absolutely brilliant, and she is so good with numbers. And that's the kind of person you want to have as your bookkeeper, is someone who is passionate about what they're doing, not someone who's just like, oh gosh, I'm an accountant because I couldn't find any other job. You know what I mean? So you don't want that kind of an accountant. You want somebody who's really like passionate about numbers or passionate about what you're doing. My gardener is passionate about plants and lawns and creating. That's his palette, is the way that he works on the garden. He just doesn't mow and go. He creates, and he makes sure my trees are cool and everything is happy and flourishing in the plant world. Something that I look at and go, yeah, no. So it's nice to have another artist, right? So it's all about that. And when you decide what that thing you're passionate about is, you start to talk about how you can get people to know that which you do, to be aware of it. So I thought I'd talk to you a little bit about how to do that today. And I'm going to start with the charity that I support, Children's Hospital of Orange County. As you know or may not know, I designed a pin for this. And this is, I'm wondering if I have the sketch. I don't know if I have my sketch. Let me see if I can find my sketch to show you so you guys can see where it really ground floor began. There we go. There it is. Little buddy. Airdrop. There we go. There we go. Okay. Good deal. Love this system. Love this system a lot. For those of you who are thinking that podcasting might be, or broadcasting might be, your cup of tea, something you'd like to do, I am someone that social media is an enigma. Technology is an enigma. I happen to have an amazing husband who understands he must speak to me as though I'm an artist. So a lot of it is in pictures because I'm very visual. And so he created for me several really cool things like this camera angle. How you doing? And I'm able to switch between camera angles right here at my art table so that you can see over here. I have an iPad that's plugged into the system. And then I also have this camera where I can show you things like, hey, look, this is going to be at our silent auction. And these are Star Wars headphones, and they're going to be at our silent auction at my fundraising event tomorrow. So what is my fundraising event tomorrow? My fundraising event, and it's not my fundraising event, it's Stephanie Fix and my fundraising event for Children's Hospital of Orange County. And we are Mickey's Walkers. So we are a team of about 100 strong. And we walk for chalk, and you get to walk through Disneyland and California Adventure. And you can join. You can join our team. You can join and come walk with us, raise the money and walk with us. We always welcome you. And if you want to join, you just let me know. I'll show you how to reach out to my captain, or I'll send you a private email if you want to be a part of it. We're an amazing team. We have been the top fundraising team even over Disneyland for the past, wait for it, 2 years. So we're a very hardworking team when it comes. We're very passionate about this charity, Children's Hospital of Orange County. It's a super, super fun charity, and it's a super, super fun thing to do if you love Disney. So in February, my team captain, Miss Sharon, said to us, please help me out and create some events, because she was creating the lion's share of events. Now, if you've ever planned an event, you know it takes a lot of work and a lot of dedication and a lot of strength and energy. And she's doing all of it all year. I'd say 90% of the time. Does she have help? Of course she has help. Everyone helps her. Everyone pitches in, or at least she has a core group of team members who always do this. Okay. I'm kind of the flyover dedicated team member, but I will donate a one-of-a-kind hitchhiking ghost that glows or something like that for for her to raffle off so she can raise money for it. Things of this nature. And she just made some suggestions to the team and said, could you guys come up with some fundraisers of your own? And here's some ideas. Could you just pipe in? And Stephanie wanted to do this Star Wars Day tomorrow, May 4th. May the 4th be with you, by the way. May the 4th. And it was because Disney wasn't actually having a starry Star Wars night that night. And she thought this would be a good day to plug in. Little did she know that they're going to do the movie marathons, and people are having Star Wars parties, and everybody's going all crazy. So we found in the first few days that a lot of people weren't coming and signing up for our event. Hence, my Imagineering brain said, what can we do to get people to donate? Because we want to make a good showing and show our captain we can do it. So this is what we decided to do. I came up, I went before my tribe, and before I finish, I am going to show you how you can be a part of Terri's tribe. Patreon.com/Terri Harden. You go there, you pick a level, and you participate. $5 a month, which is the base level. You can come, you get a broadcast in the mornings, and you get a Zoom call once a week. And it varies. Sometimes it's at night. Sometimes the Zoom call with me is in the afternoon. And we have a lot of great fun over there. So if you think that's something you'd like to do, great. You have a hand in, you have a say into what I might sculpt. You may be desiring a sculpture. I do limited editions, and I ask you, what do you think? And this is because having an advisory committee, we all know Walt had one, so why not me? And I have one too, and that's Terry's Tribe. Patreon.com/Terry Harden. You can opt in for more to support this page of mine, but I want you to have skin in the game. This is the free channel. Hang here if you don't have the means or you don't really want to pay per month at all. I get it, no problem. But if you think you want to get a little more intimate content that's a little more frank, a little more edgy because it's behind a closed door, consider the Patreon page. You want to have some say in some of the stuff. You want to be able to talk to me live, blah, 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 blah. This is a good way to do it. Okay. And it was on Patreon that we started to figure out. I said, I'd like to do a pin. I'd like to create a pin that would compel people to purchase the pin if they couldn't make it to the event. And that's what I did. It shook the suggestions from the tribe, shook me loose and helped me. And although it wasn't their suggestion, it got my mind into the right mindset so that I came up with the pin. So here is my sketch of the pin. These are the little BDX robots. If you've been to Disneyland, the BDX robots have been doing little surprise appearances since April 5th, I understand. Now, there may have been a soft opening with them before April 5th, but the announcement from Disney was that these little robots would come out and you could see them and take pictures and check them out between April 5th and May 5th. Now, will they be out after that? One only can hope. They are super cute, super sweet, and I decided to do this pin. This is my drawing of the pin, and then I sent it to a friend of mine, collaborator, Joshua, and Joshua and I, Joshua came up with the pin, and I'm really excited to say that we did together a fantastic job. It's really amazing. And I'm just going to jump to the cut to the chase here and show you that it goes to China and then it comes to me. And here is the pin. I'm just going to grab a light so that we can shed some light on this subject and cut to this camera and show you the pin. So this is the actual pin in my hand. You can see, look how big it is. It's chunky and it's beautiful and it's sparkly. I'm going to sign every one of these. There's only 100. Here is my signature, laser etched. And then here it says Chalk Walk Exclusive 2024. Only 100 of these are available, and we have sold 65. So if you want in on this, you want to get one of these pins, and you can't, the event is sold out, so you can't come to the event, sorry, but you can still get a pin. So if you'd like to get the pin, all you have to do is go to this link that I'm going to post now. I'm going to post this link for you to go to. This is the link, chalkwalk.org/Terri Harden. www.chalkwalk.org/Terri Harden. Now, if you forget, or for some reason you can't take this off the screen, go to chalkwalk.org, CHOCWALK.org, and in the search box in the upper right, and it's kind of tiny, but the search box in the upper right, just type in my name, Terri Harden, and it'll pop up. It'll say Terri Harden Jackson. Go there. You can make a donation. You donate $30, and then you write the word pin and make sure your name is there so that I know who you are, and then tell me where you heard about it so I can reach out to you and get your information so we can get the pin to you after this weekend. Okay? So you don't put your address in the donation thing. Don't need to do that. You can put your email if you want to. Otherwise, take a look at the ad. It's got an email you can take down and you can write to us after, okay? We'll get your pin to you. If for some reason you don't get it, you know I broadcast every Monday and Friday. So you could say, hey, where's my pin? And I'm going to say, here's my email. Send me your email and we will discuss how to get it to you, okay? But it's super cute, isn't it? Look at, if I take it out of the bag again, which I just put it in the bag, but, you know, I don't mind a little exercise. If I take it out of the bag again, you can see that it's a big guy. It's just yummy, 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 right? If we go to this camera, it's still yummy. Look, yummy, 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 yummy. Just really amazing. And I'm really proud of it. So I designed it, sent it off to the pin place. They deliver to me tomorrow. If you're at the event, you get one of these for free. But I offer you, if you want the pin, this is where you go to get the pin. I'll leave this up for a while as I continue to talk to you. But this is how you get the pin. $30 donated to Chalk using this link. And be sure I know who you are. Okay? We have about, 65. So we have 65 that we sold. And so probably about 70 now because a few more were ordered this morning. But you have about 30 left, the opportunity to get 30. So there's like 30 left. So if you want one, get one. Here's the deal. When they're gone, they're gone. I'm not making any more. And if I have extra, they'll be more expensive, just so you know. Still going to Chalk. But after the 4th, I will be offering them, but they'll be a little bit more expensive. Okay? A little bit more of an investment. Let me say it that way, because it all goes to Chalk. Let me show you what else we have today. And I will leave this Chalk thing up. And I will show you what else we have today that will be at the auction. You will really like this if you like Star Wars. I'm going to show you the Star Wars stuff. A friend of mine at Disney, bless his heart, got very excited when he heard that I was doing this. And so he donated these 4-foot stormtroopers. Aren't they delicious? Freestanding on their own for your living room or your, you Star Warsites, you'll figure out what to do with these. These are available at the event. And so they're going to be really fun. Here is the Jabba the Hutt popcorn bucket. So my friend Carlos, he's just a lovely person, and he had a few of these items that he donated for the silent auction. And it comes right down to this beautiful little dude that seems to be what everybody wants, is this guy. So although I am a Star Wars queen, this is not necessarily my favorite character, but the popcorn bucket at least looks like it's a popcorn bucket to me. It actually has a popcorn bucket feel. So I love the popcorn bucket. It is just so popcorny and cute. This is a tankard. This is a Boba Fett tankard. I don't know how much grog you can get in it. I didn't get to see it. These are actually at the location that we're going to be at. So I haven't really got to really look at them, but I'm looking forward to seeing them at our event. I keep saying, yeah, at our event tomorrow. I keep saying tomorrow, and then I'm like, is it Friday? Yeah, it's Friday. Okay. But isn't it cool? And then that's another shot of it, I guess. And then we also have one of the Walker popcorn buckets. And then we have much, much more. So the event is going to be super cool, super fun, super exciting. We're also putting in the silent auction this beautiful set of headphones. I'm going to show them to you. I don't know if you saw these. A lot of this stuff you can't get anymore, but they really are quite beautiful. And they will be available as well. So it should be fun. We will let you know if you're interested exactly how we do at the auction. But you know that I often said, those of you who join me on a regular basis know that I've often said, do something nice for someone else. I hold up the hand heart. It'll make you feel a whole lot better. I have been giddy as a colt because I have been donating to I have been participating in 3 charities in 3 weeks. 3 charities in 3 weeks. I started out with the Disney Anna Fan Club's auction, and then I skated over into the Red Dot for Chuck Jones, and now I'm diving into Chalk and doing my part to help my team captain raise the money that she wants so much for a walk we will be doing in July. So very, very exciting, fun, and cool. So what does this have to do with your art? What am I talking about? Well, you saw that pin, you saw that drawing. That drawing became a pin because I have a friend who reached out and said, if you need a pin, I can make it for you. And he's been doing that for me for several years. I don't put out a ton of pins, but I do put out pins because I know that's an affordable thing. Many of you collect, and I like being a designer of it. They are limited usually to about 100 to 150. So you have to kind of act fast. But They are well worth it. They are beautiful and they are very quality made. And for me, here's a way for me to get my art out, starting with the drawing, which is this one. So we started with the drawing. There's my sketch. This is done digitally on my iPad, this drawing. So I do the sketching on there, and then I have a pencil drawing, but I do the sketching. There's the actual sketch itself. And then from that sketch, I send it to my pin guy. He puts it into, translates it. You can see here, whoops, you can see here that he has translated it into pin language, right? I did the drawing, but having collaborating with someone who does pins, I've created this pin, right? And then you've seen me. If you're here on the YouTube channel, here's one way to get the word out of your art. I'm making a pin. Here's the pin. It's available here. Go get it, right? I talk about it here on YouTube. I talk about it on my private channels. I post on Instagram, in my Patreon page. I would post in TikTok if I could figure it out, but that's an enigma to me. So, and then word of mouth. I talk about it at every event that I'm at, have an ability for people to sign up right there. This is a great way to create enthusiasm for your art, right? This is one way to do it. And, oops, this is my painting for Chuck Jones. So this is another thing you can do. You do a painting for charity, right? And you put that painting in the charity auction, and then you have the opportunity. What you say is, hey, I'll donate this to charity if I can go to the event. There you're going to meet people who have money. They get to meet you. You get to create a relationship with them and say, hey, I'm the artist that did that. If you ever want a commission for something, you like the style, let me know. That's all you have to say. You don't have to make it a big deal. You don't even have to start that way. You can start the first auction. This is my 10th year with Chuck Jones, Center for Creativity's Red Dot auction. And in the beginning, I just chatted with people. How you doing? What's up? What do you do? What do you like? What do you want to see? And then later I said, if you ever need a one of a kind, let me know. That's it. All right. That's it. You can post it in on your channels, or you can just word of mouth, or you can just share it with people. Slowly share it. Now, you're going to need to know what you want to charge for it. But I'm going to show you, I'm going to see if I have a painting here that I would love to show you that I did on commission, if I can find it. If I can't, I will show you a sculpture, but I'm hoping I can find my little painting that I did on commission. It may or may not be here. I may have to well, here's one I did. Well, no, that doesn't apply. Yes, here we go. Here we go. Do I have the full one of this? Looks like I have the process of this, but I don't know if I have the finished one of this. Oh, that's a shame. But I did a commission painting. I'm doing commission paintings for people, and my sculptures can be quite an investment. If you do a one-of-a-kind sculpture from me, it can be a bit of an investment. And I will show you. Is she here? Let me see if she's here. She may or may not be. And if she's not, I will work on that too. But I did a couple of, there she is. She is here. So I do private commission sculptures. You can have a one of a kind. That means that you're the only one that owns it. And the molds are cut up, broken, and you get that sculpture that you dreamed of. You just sit with me. You're very, very active in it with me. And I just started promoting these. I started with a wedding cake topper, and I did a bid, and I said, as long as we're both alive, you can make payments. Once I get 50%, I start the sculpture, and then you work with me to make it the way that you're happy. This is the case with, this is Jessica Rabbit. This is called A Day at Disneyland. She's a very popular character. I don't need to tell you that. This is probably my third time sculpting Jessica Rabbit. Day at Disneyland, and he wanted her to have her little mouse hat and to have pouty lips and to have just a lovely time at Disneyland. Now, as a sculptor, and she has very narrow legs, I have the right to thicken her legs just a bit, but also I asked to have 3-point base, meaning that she has a solid base in which to stand on. And I came up with this. So I collaborate with you. And then we've got Roger Rabbit. So she's doing the Marilyn Monroe pose with the skirt flying up. And as the skirt flies up, you see Roger Rabbit underneath, very happily smiling, going, "Ugh," little brickwork on the bottom. And it's presented. This one is about 12 inches tall, but definitely an investment. And I basically just let people know that as a sculptor, I do a lot of pieces, and then I just talk about them on social media. I talk about them in a podcast. This is all things y'all can do. This is all things, if you have a podcast and you start to do things, this is a way you can get out there and do it. An easy way is to donate to charity and then be there and then tell them it's your art and you do commissions. Keep it simple. Have a card, a business card, or a brochure with you. Make sure the charity will allow you to hand a brochure to somebody. But Chuck Jones is pretty good about that. And sometimes you'll get commissioned to do it from these charitable events as well. My last painting that I did for Chuck Jones was Year of the Rabbit. And this year they actually, let me show you what that looks like, because he's in here somewhere, my Year of the Rabbit. There he is. So last year, Martin the Martian was a big deal. And this is my painting called The Year of the Rabbit. So that was based on the Chinese painting. They actually bought some prints of it and commissioned me. They asked me if they could sell it as a commission piece. So really, I mean, as a piece that was the prints. So they made prints, and they give me a little money for the prints, even though they really don't have to. It's a charity event, so I love them. And this piece was there. So what am I saying to you? On social media, you all know that you just sort of show people your process, et cetera, but you also think of places where you can start to show your work. You can purchase a booth and show it at a booth live if you want. You can do, I hear Whatnot is a place that you can show. My friend Rick Law is on Whatnot, and he sits and does this incredible art drawings while people bid on it, and he says his sales have gone up because it's creating notoriety, and then people come and see you at an event and they go, "Oh my God, it's you!" And it works out really well. I have yet to get on Whatnot because I'm very busy, but not that Rick is not busy, but he was telling me that this is a great way for you to do it. So it's just to have, where there's a will, there's a way. Have that spirit, that fighting spirit that says, if you really, really deserve to make a living doing what you love, whether it's painting, drawing, whatever, then this is what you want to do, right? This is what you want to jump into and focus on doing. Sculpture, wood carving, whatever it is. You can also get with other artists and connect with them and say, "Hey, I'll promote you if you promote me." This has happened on a lot of the podcasts that I've talked about. Many of you are, as you know, came from a podcast that I did from a very generous individual, and I am forever grateful to them for doing what they did. And it's just a super, super wonderful deal. So I was floored by Pete. So this is a great thing, and I love it, and I'm grateful, and yeah. So that's the deal. Don't throw the baby out with the bathwater. Don't quit your job and say, "Now I'm an artist," because you could have a few adjustments you've got to do. Your painting may not sell right away because they don't know who you are. There might not be a charity, or the charity could be full. You can get a table at things like the Disneyana convention, or shows like that, to show your wares off too. Little bit. Understand it is a learning process and can be slow. Sometimes you'll knock it out of the park. Sometimes it'll take a little bit of adjusting and shifting and changing and figuring out what can you do. If you're someone who illustrates or likes to do, if you're someone who enjoys very much in my case, sketching and drawing. It can be as simple as a pencil drawing. It can be colorful. I'm looking for it now. I'm just looking to see if I can find them here. I'm looking for them. I may or may not be able to find them. I sculpt pumpkins. I did pumpkins for a while. I'm a judge on Outrageous Pumpkins, the show on the Food Network. I've been there since 2005. But here's the deal. I used to carve and sculpt these pumpkins, right? And then Disney people saw me and they were like, well, I'd like to learn that. Well, I'd like to learn that. Well, I'd like to learn that. And so I said, well, shoot, if y'all would like to learn it, I'm happy to teach it. And next thing you know, I'm teaching pumpkin sculpting. So then from pumpkin sculpting, I had a website. And from there, they asked me if I wanted to be a contestant. And I told them no, I wanted to be a judge. And so then all of a sudden, boom, so let me see. So here are a few of my pumpkins that I was sculpting. And then Disney saw them and asked me to teach a class. So this is my otter. Look at him. It was a flat, fat pumpkin. He's eating a pumpkin. This is my dragon, and this is it lit. So I take the skin off, sculpt the meat, and when you light it, it has a whole new beauty to it. You may have seen a lot of pumpkin sculptors that sculpt pumpkins, but they don't do this. I don't know why, because it's really fun. There's a Cheshire cat. That's an assembly of several pumpkins put together and lit. He's very cute. This is me at the patch teaching. And this one I painted. I had my dear friend Joe Yakovetic of Florida say, you should try at least to paint one pumpkin and see what it looks like. So I did this one. And I really do like it because if you look here, you can see here that this is very shallow around the throat and mouth. So it kind of gets lost in the overall carving because it was kind of a thin pumpkin. So here I was able to paint the depth in the mouth and the teeth and the eyes and everything. And I kind of dug that. So he was right. It was fun. I don't do that often, but this was for my dentist. It's all kinds of people smiling and being happy. This is a baby pumpkin, so I do all sorts of sizes. This is an appearance. I can't remember where the appearance was, back east somewhere. This is at a studio. This is a 24-inch pumpkin, 24-inch diameter, and I decided just to do all teeth. Then various, fun expressions. This is my CD. These are some other ones that I did. Here, this picture right here, I was at I was an Imagineer and they saw that I sculpted pumpkins. So I did one for a contest at Imagineering. So you never know where it's going to lead. Oh, do you like seeing my dog? She's not a pumpkin. But that just kind of gives you an idea. I also don't just stick with the cool looking ones. I like doing ones like this, which are really fun. So I do all kinds of different things like that. But you do it, you show it at your house. Maybe someone will commission you at another house. The idea is to just create and not worry so much where it's going to be, but make sure that you show it a lot, either on a social media channel or if you're doing a demonstration, make sure they know who you are and everything. Don't be shy. That a lot of times people wish to buy you. Also, don't feel bad if the first time you don't think your sculpture is very good, because the idea is to put a light in it. I'll show you an example of my little dog Rocket here. I did this little pumpkin thing of Rocket, and what I'll do is I'll go into the banners and take this banner off just briefly so you can see it. But little Rocket, this was my friend. I have a friend who does this sort of surface carving, and I'd never done it before, where you kind of wood cut into a thin pumpkin. The wall on this pumpkin, this is a pie pumpkin, so the wall is about half an inch or so. And so I did it and I thought, oh man, I told him, I said, man, this is not coming out. This doesn't look very good. And he says, just wait. And then he said, put a light in it and this is what it looks like. Isn't that amazing? I mean, that's amazing. So you just have to have faith. And when you're carving, I teach classes in Anaheim in around October when pumpkins are prolific, hard to carve pumpkins now because they're just growing. So this is really a fun thing to do, and I encourage you to do it, especially if you don't believe you have any artistic bones in your body. This is how to find out that you are wrong. There's that one I showed you before. Oh, my Star Wars outfit with my Yoda I made out of with scissors. But let me just stick to the point, Terry. I will show you. I often demo sometimes in my yard. I wanted to show you the etchings because that guy was a really good teacher. So here I am. Here's a video of my yard with the etchings that I did. There's the dog. And then I did a kind of combination thing with a screaming guy. And then I did Kung Fu Panda. Look how cool Kung Fu Panda turned out. And that's just because I just kept at it. So just really beautiful, fun opportunities to do these pumpkins. And now I have a DVD out. I'm a judge on Outrageous Pumpkins, and I judge some amazing work, just amazing work. And I'm all about the work. But this is just a way for you to get out there, look for these opportunities, ways that if you donate something, someone will come back and be so excited because you donated something, and then they want to take it home with them. So it's really cool. I'm just looking to see if I can find my cachets. And for some reason, they are eluding me. But I will keep looking until I find at least a set. And I mean, you got many of you are always drawing, always creating, always making cool stuff. So it's not like you don't know how to do it. You just get it out there by talking to people, by showing it around, by proudly smiling, by, so I'm still looking. I'm so surprised I can't find them. Looking at my commissions. I'm just looking to see if I have anything that can show you what I'm talking about. No, looks like we're just going to have to kind of shop around. And the next time I will put together something that's a little more together about it, because right now I'm like, I don't know what I can find it. But anyway, I was going to share with you something very important, and then it just doesn't want to turn up. Oh, there they are. Okay. Let's talk about these. These are what I wanted to show you. These are called first day cover cachets. Cachet is a term used for people who illustrate first day of issue stamps. So those of you who may collect stamps, you may not collect cachets. But if you do, you know what I'm talking about. If you don't, here we're going to talk about them. So you get a stamp you like. In this case, this is the Transcontinental Railroad stamp from 2019. It celebrates the union of these two railroads coming together. So you have this one here, the Jupiter stamp. And over here, you have the, I failed to remember, but you guys know. And then the Golden Spike, which drove into the track to unite the track so these two trains could come from both sides of the United States. Right? Am I right? If I'm wrong, post it in the comments. Point is that there are the stamps that were issued on May 10th, 2019. Okay? First day of issue, it says. You see that? And it has a very special called cancellation. This one you're looking at over here is the color one. Over here is the black and white. And then this is the Summit General stamp. This piece is hand drawn, digitally reproduced. That means that I sketched it by hand. It's Walt and Ward, and I colored it by hand. And then I digitally reproduced, which meant I had them printed up. I printed 275 of them. They are just about sold out, but they are a way for you to get your art. It's government now authenticated because it's the stamps. It's real stamps. You can't put fake stamps up. It's against the law. They will come for you. But you have to put the real stamps on here. What I did is print it. Then we put the stamps there. And then I did the sketches. I did the trains. I did everything. This is a black and white version. This is a color version. The set, in my case, I sell the set for $40. It is just about sold out. But that, it was offered in 2020. It also won first place in the hand-drawn, digitally produced category of cachet artists. And these cachet artists are no slouch. They are really, really good. But that doesn't mean that you can't do it. And anything that goes on an envelope is a cachet. You can hand paint, you can hand draw, you can glue stuff on there. I have a woman who glues origami on there. That's a cachet. If you want to learn more about this, it's not a lot of money to do this. You draw on an envelope and buy a set of stamps that you like. And that's the way it is. First day cover cachet was this one. These are my dragons. Why? Because I am the lady who created and designed Dragon's Lair in Paris. So doing the dragons of 2019 was a smart move on my part. I hand drew, hand drawn, hand drawn, hand color, hand produced, all by hand, 128 drawings, about killed me. But these are, there's 8 of them. I don't know if I have all 8 with me in this group, probably not. But there's 8 of them, and the set is now about $650. So about $800 now. So because it's my first cover cachet. So you have 2 venues here. I want you to understand there are 2 people that several enthusiasts. Number 1, you've got the dragon enthusiast in this case. Number 2, you have the stamp enthusiast. Number 3, you have the cachet makers or the cachet purchasers enthusiast, right? So if we go back to the trains, you have the stamp enthusiast, you have the train enthusiast, and you have the Disney enthusiast, the Walt enthusiast, and art enthusiast. First day cover cachet, collectors. So now you're hitting several things on the target. Do you follow? Several things. And it's a nice size. These are 4x10 envelopes. They're a nice thing for someone to frame and put on their wall. And they have this amazing stamp. They have this amazing art. It's won first place. The dragons that I did, they swept the contest. First, they won first place in new cachet maker, which was me. They won best of show, and they won best hand drawn, hand painted. So guys, this is a fun thing to do. I don't recommend you doing 128 of them. But if you want to learn more, this is something that is a really simple way for you to get your art out there, and you can place them at a table. Like if you're at an event live, you can place them at a table and people go, what are these? And they just love the idea that they're something they can handle and hold and are cool. And you can do anything that floats your boat, anything that excites you about it. You can illustrate them. So the idea is to think like an Imagineer. Imagineers are always coming up with stuff, poof, out of the air, like many of you artists are doing. But you mustn't take down that book that says an artist is broke, or that art is dead, or that certain things are going to be reproduced by AI and you're not going to have a life. Don't let that happen to you. There are a lot of things that I think AI can help, but AI does not have heart and does not have soul, and they're not you. Okay? So whatever you create, you are, the only thing that bothers me about AI is I don't want AI to take from my intellectual property and create its own stuff. Stealing is not good, whether you're a computer, a person, under any circumstances. It's not good. And that's what irritates me about AI is right now people are creating with these AI programs, and it's taking art from other artists. And that I don't like. And I don't like people getting all excited about it because they're able to create art when they never could. And it's taking from other artists. There is a hidden rule. You don't steal from each other. It's not cool. So I'm just going to say it's not cool. All right. Enough of me chatting. Let's have you get to talk now. And I think I left that up long enough that you get to see. So let's see what we've got going here. We have hello, and we have here's Terry. Isn't that cute? Crazy Mike, that's really sweet of you to say that. It's interesting that you say that. I'll talk about that another time. No, not just you. I'm here to look behind you. Boo-hoo. Yes, my mermaid tail back here, if you're wondering what that blue thing is. And Crazy Mike says followers are better than stalkers. They are indeed. Joe Penny says hello today. Hello, Joe. Terry, when I used to work at Burger King and we were doing a Spider-Man promotion, I got a paper bag with a spider web on it, and I used the web to make a print on an RC car body shell using, what was the rest of it? I'm intrigued, Crazy. Oh, he's going to say it in the next one. And Weekend Adventures with Matt says, I do wood carving and I'm trying to get my name out there. So Matt, this is perfect. Thank you for posting this, because this is a perfect situation. So now, okay, I'm going to say to you, connect with me, let me see your art, and let me see if we can help each other get your word out there. Okay, I'm happy to do it. Some people go, catch fire. Like there's this one guy now, he works for Disney and he has commissions, and I remember when he was just starting, he was really frightened. And I said, dude, just don't undersell yourself. Don't discount your work. I'm going to say this to you, and figure out a price for it. Many artists have trouble with pricing, and that's why the Patreon page is so good. Patreon.com/Terri Hardin. I'll pop it in here right here for you guys, because this is where you can ask such questions, right? And I actually will sit with you and we will go through, even on the Zoom call, we will talk about what you want to price your stuff at, because many artists say, I don't know how to price it, but you do. You really do. You know how to price it. So I will show you that you know how to price it, and I'm not mean about it, but this is what I do. If you've ever asked yourself, what's your superpower? Someone said to me one time, what's your superpower? My superpower, surprisingly enough, and I'm going to go back. I want to go back to, I want to get back here to the comment from Bonk. There we go. I'm just searching here because I want to get Weekend Adventures with Matt again. Matt, you're going to know the price, but this is why on the Patreon page, I will sit with you and we'll work it out. But I've done this with easily over a dozen artists, and they are just on fire now. So I have the superpower of igniting that wet gunpowder that you don't seem to be able to light. It's a gift. And one of the things I was told, just recently and over, I have to tell myself, is own it. It's an ability that I have, and I love having it, and I love helping people like you. So you just reach out to me or join the Patreon page. It's $5 a month. Seriously, really. I mean, it is. And the reason it's that price is because you have to have skin in the game to get this kind of knowledge from me. This is magical knowledge, believe me. If you don't believe me, you should ask some of these artists that are on fire. Chris McCauley, if you've seen this comic book artist, says I said something to him that made him explode. And boy, he's like thousands of fireworks. He is so busy now. He was really sad and melancholy because his comic book art wasn't being respected. And then all of a sudden I said a few words and boom, he was like, it clicked. And now he's everywhere. He's got collaborations with major actors and collaborations with big writers. He's got deals with, he's just on fire. And it's my honor. I am very proud that I was that match that ignited that gunpowder. So check out the tribe and see if you want to partake. Do it for a month. And if you don't like it, go with my love. But it's a great group of people, and you may find it's just what you need. Okay. But yeah, fear not. You you got this. Trust me. Gel glue, tracing the lines inside the body and using spray paint, and peeled the glue off the paint with another color to back up the web. That sounds beautiful, Mike. That sounds very cool. I love that. I think that's super cool. That's fantastic. That really is very fantastic. Let's see. This says, Matt, save your sawdust, mix it with glue. It makes a great wood filler. Well, that's nice of him to tell you that. But did you already know that? I'm just wondering that. You know, the other thing I found out from a woodworker, I used to turn wood. I don't do it as much anymore. But we got the shavings from when people make keys. You know, person needs to have a key made, and I have this thing of shavings, and I mix it with the glue, kind of like what Crazy Mike is talking about, and it makes sparkly stuff in bowls and things that I create. If I turn something and it's got a crack, then I fill it with that and turn it, and it has that beautiful vein of gold going up, and it's actually brass. Pretty neat. Yeah, it doesn't tarnish because it's embedded in glue and stuff. So you probably do this, but I'm just saying, you know, there you go. Hello, Miss Lori Smith. I see you. Welcome, welcome. Hello, Coffee and Company. Good to have you. Joe says watching the F1 practice session in Miami on ESPN right now, should be over around 1:30. That's cool. That's awesome. That's pretty neat. And apparently Crazy Mike says cool. If you get mini pins, you might get a appendicite. He's trying to compete with you, Joe. Do you see that? Do you see he's competing with you? He says, I'm walking, I'm chalking, Macaulay Culkin and Christopher Walken. Oh, you guys are at it, right? Surfer Girl says hello at TERRI HARDIN. Hello, Surfer Girl. Good to have you. Good to see you. Let's see. It's the Pizza Hut, somebody says, and then thank you, Joe, for saying salacious crumb. I never worry about if I don't want to name it, or I would much rather have you guys name it. And Joe always comes through. You always come through and say who they are. And if we just, let me just do this. Let me just go back to where I was. Go back to the beginning, my girl. And we're going to pull him up for you. And there he is. There he is. And this is the little fella that Joe is talking about. Salacious Crumb. There he is on the Jabba the Hutt popcorn bucket. Well done, Joe. Well done. Hello, Paul. Good morning, Terry. Happy early Star Wars Day, or Cinco de Custro. For all those Arrested Development fans. And then Cinco de Mayo is Sunday, of course. So that should be a lot of fun. This is great to see you, Paul, is what I'm trying to get out of my mouth. Yeah, just really, really exciting. The Boba Fett tankard reminds me of those classic Darth Vader, Chewie, and Obi-Wan tankers from back in 77. Remember those? I have 3. In fact, I should be getting those back because I want to auction those off. They're all, I had a hand in the creation of them by suggesting it to a friend. He pitched it to the ceramic company, and the rest is history. Mine are in the actual box. At least 2 of them are, with the 1978 paper inside. True story. Now, those will be auctioned off soon. Absolutely. Yep. Thank you, Joe, because I do remember them. So sweet of you. Did you know George Lucas said yes to making the movie Spaceballs, as long as no Spaceballs merchandise was made, so would not be confused with Star Wars merchandise? No, I didn't know that, but I did work at Apogee. That's, I'm going to get a drink. Oh my goodness. My throat just went. John Dykstra's company, Apogee, I worked with him for a couple of years. It was such an honor to meet someone who had worked on Star Wars and the creator of the Dytraflex camera. You find yourself going a little fangirl or fan guy, as the point maybe. And he used to sit and watch me create puppets, and we would talk endlessly about all kinds of cool stuff. But they were doing Spaceballs right next to me when I was working on a commercial for a garbage disposal. Yeah. because you know those big shops like Apogee and what was Steve Johnson's called? FX, or no, he didn't call it FX. EFX, something like that. Anyway, all the different, Nicotero and Burger, Can Be. They were always working on several films and movies, and so I was always a facet, not the whole production, but a facet working there. And right next door was Spaceballs, and it was amazing to see these beautiful models be made. Oops, says Paul. Arrested Development autocorrect. Yeah, that'll get you every time, won't it, Paul? Joe says the entire month of May is official Star Wars original trilogy month worldwide. I say yes. I got to write my book about my endeavors with Star Wars. So I have a layout, a simple layout, and it's just a matter of getting it, up and running. And then, yay, what's up, Doc? Yes, I'll tell you, Mike, if you paint it all, either one of you got any of you guys paint, you ought to consider doing the red dot auction. You can still send your painting in if you can't go, but how wonderful if you could show up there and we could just support this wonderful charity. It's good. It helps kids get art when kids don't necessarily get it. There's a lot of people that do stuff like that, and these charities are very important that they're supported. Joe says developers. Wow, says Mike. Okay. No, Roger Rabbit is not looking up his wife's skirt. I promised the sculptor, I promised the person that it wouldn't be that kind of one, and he's not. He's just peeking out from under the skirt looking at you. So it always takes one, Joe. There are tons of both Disney and Star Wars podcasts that you could and should be a guest on. Well, Joe, let them know, because I'm at their service. I'm very, very happy to be on the podcast if they need a guest, should they want a guest. I'll tell you, to meet these people like Pete, oh my gosh, I love seeing them all the time. I was just on one that went for a year. And they asked the people that they interviewed to join them to celebrate 1 year of them podcasting. I'm going to look up their name because I don't remember everything. Einstein once said, don't worry about why. What did he say? He said, why memorize that you can look up? I think that's somewhat what it is. And I agree 100%. So I'm going to look up them really quickly so I can tell you who they were. Really, really, really proud to have been a part of it. What's it called? Sharing the Magic is the podcast. Sharing the Magic. And what they did was they invited former guests and hosts to celebrate on last Wednesday night, come together and celebrate with them their 1 year anniversary of podcasting. It was a lot of fun. Bill Farmer was there. Joseph Yakubetich was there. My good friend Philo Barnard was there. Lots of friends and people I knew. I mean, Jeff Barnes, who I just saw at another charity event, another event. We had lunch or breakfast, and then there he was. We actually dinner too, and he was on that too. So it's a lot of fun. If you have a podcast out there and you want me to be on it, I'm more than happy to help you out. So just reach out, right? Hi, Shelby. Good to see you. Good to see you. Joe says, plus lots of general movie related podcasts that would love to hear about your extensive experience. Fair number of puppetry podcasts. Just give them my number. Show them where to find me. I'm happy to tell them. This year, the Hollywood Show. The Hollywood Show is like down the street from me, and we've never connected. It's kind of like this thread that's really funny. So anybody there's lots of people who appear with Disney, and they have a guy named Howard Green that sort of implements that. He gets that ball rolling. And I have never met Howard Green. We've come close, but we have never met. It's just at this point rather comical. I've suggested to other people, do you know Howard Green, the voice of Bambi, for example? Do you know Howard Green, the voice of Bambi? Says, yes. I said, talk to Howard Green. And now he's on a signing circuit. Howard Green makes it happen. and I still have yet to meet him. So I just, talk to you guys and tell you where I'm going to be, and you bring something to sign, and I tell you it's $20 to get it signed. However, I'm learning that maybe I'm a little bit low, so catch me before the price goes up, I guess. Yeah, it's pretty interesting. And thank you, Joe. That's really, just put the word out for me, if you will. I will ask you to be my advocate in that case. Wow, says Mike. Jonathan says, hello, everyone. Hello. And let's see. Jonathan says the light made all the difference. It does, doesn't it? When you see that pin, you're like, what am I looking at? And then all of a sudden it just lit up, didn't it? Yes, yes. And Mike says it's really cool. It's $30 to chop, guys, and I still have about 30 left. So go there and put pin in there and donate to a cause that's close to my heart. I would really appreciate it. Where is the golden spike? The golden spike is not drawn in the cachet. I use the stamp as that. I use the stamp as that example. Okay, so let's see if we can go back and find that guy again for you. Should have bookmarked it. Oh, I know what. I'm so silly. I'm overworking myself, honestly. There we go. In this picture, since you asked where the golden spike is, this is a golden spike stamp. So this golden spike stamp, it kind of looks a little bit like Walt's arm is behind the golden spike. That's the idea. And then Ward is holding an axe, to drive the spikes into the railroad ties. So that's how that works. But that's the golden spike stamp. So there's no reason to draw the golden spike stamp in this case. Then the golden spike stamp is over here. And then I did duplicate the railroads a little bit. That was asked of me. Train enthusiasts said, you should do that. You should put the drawn trains in there too, because Walt and Ward love trains, and Walt is holding a lantern. So there you go. There you go. There is the golden spike. Also, while I'm talking to you now, there's this one I did. This is based on the dinosaurs, which are the first lenticular stamp. These didn't win anything, but I thought they were cute. The first one is Realm of the Dinosaurs, and the bottom one is the Dancing Dinosaurs based on Dance of the Skeletons. And I haven't really promoted these this much, but there they are. This one is a spooky house. I did a haunted mansion up in a tree next to a cat, and that's them. They're the 6-inch envelope, so you can do, just to show you all kinds of things that you can do. And then on social media, you do the process, right? Yeah, you do the process, which is cool. There's all kinds of ways to get it out there. Matt, you wood carve, show your process online, and talk about what it takes to do it. Talk about what you think of, talk about what you look at, talk about who you ask, and you would be surprised how many people just love to do it. So good morning, Terry. I had a quick break and saw your live. I hope you have a great weekend. Oh, and the cashier is beautiful. Thank you, Barbara. I'm so glad you like it. I really am. This weekend, if you haven't got that pin yet, think about it and donate to Chalk, please. I would be greatly appreciative. Hence, with my avatar here on my own drawing, not digital pen and ink, but when I was in art school before theater. That's excellent. There's nothing wrong with selling some of your history, right? You show it, somebody likes it and digs it. There you go. I got buckets of that I should look through. It's a really good idea, Jonathan. I am good, Mike. Really good. Tomorrow is the fundraiser I'm doing for Chalk. So if you haven't gotten your pin, go there and donate. You can't just donate to Chalk. You won't get the pin. You have to donate to my particular link, and I'll show you that in a minute. FYI, I just finished. More later. Right now, the Kentucky Derby is on. Yay! I'm glad you're listening and watching at the same time. Did you know in Disney you can't have a duck bill on a pot? If you do, you will quack pot. I knew it was there was the end there. You are funny. Terry, ever see the movie FX or FX2? Yeah. Yes, I did. The thing that's cool, Mike, is that if I haven't seen a movie in a while, I forget it. I might know a couple of incidents in it, but I forget it. So it's like seeing it for the first time again, with the exception of Star Wars. I saw Star Wars a lot. I saw the first Star Wars 183 times. So much so I'm in a book about it. George Lucas's book about it, Skywalking. So yeah. I haven't forgotten that one. I've forgotten a lot of others. Once in WDW at the ride Star Wars: The Legend Continues, I asked the cast members, "Where is the ride at?" He could not stop. He could not stop. That's because Mike, you're just clever. You're just clever as all get out. With me and puns, I have to stay away from peninsula. I think my husband's watching and he's kind of enjoying your puns, actually. I could almost say that. Hi, Leslie. What? You haven't met Howard? Glad to introduce you. Not at all, Leslie. So many people have offered to introduce me and have not been successful. Bob Burdine keeps saying he's going to introduce me. He's been doing that for years. Unfortunately, Margaret Carey. I don't know. It's funny. It's no longer a thing like, oh, I didn't get to meet Howard. It's more like, you know, that okay, we'll meet Howard, and then Howard goes. No, I know he didn't do that. I just find it very amusing that's I don't know. I love it. I love it. And thank you, Leslie. I'd love for you to introduce me. I'd love to take him to lunch, you know, and get to know him, Thank you. That would be great. Terry, you would like the movie FX. The FX guy uses his FX talent to fight crime. Yes, I have seen it. I have seen it. Isn't it Liam Neeson? Is Liam Neeson the guy in FX? Or have I got the actor mixed up? I mean, I haven't seen it in a while. So I will love it again because it'll be like brand new. Shelby says, Terry, with hearts. Thank you, hon. Hello, David Skipper. How are you, my buddy? And Crazy Mike's channel is misnamed. It's also be Crazy Mike's Punch Out. Mike, your puns are very clever, maybe a book, maybe a collaboration with Joe Pun Penny. They could be super, super amazing. Yeah. Yes. Now I'm trying to remember what I promised to show you. Oh, I remember. I had to take a moment to tell you that I'm going to pop this banner up one more time for you so that you can see that if you donate $30 to Chalk, you will be able to get, wait for it, I've got to get out and get back in to my pictures. You will be able to get this. Come on. You'll be able to get this pin. Our event is sold out, but you can still get the pin. $30 donation to Chalk. All you do is put this in your search engine, chalkwalk.org/Terri Hardin, or if you're like me and this might be a bit more challenging for you, just go to chalkwalk.org and then put in Terri Hardin. It's under Terri Hardin Jackson. Jackson is my married name. And then donate $30 and in the message say pin and I saw you live and I am from, whatever. And then when I come back on, make sure you're here so I can tell you, where, but you can look, there's a thing about the pin on my page. And it also has email contact information. So you can email with your email so we can email you so that we can get the pin to you. Does that make sense? Zing, 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 zing. But anyway, there you go. This pin is amazing. It's a good size. It's limited to 100. We have about 30 left. It's for a good cause. So I encourage you to please do this. It would just make my little heart go pity pat if you would be doing this for me. And for all the kids at Chalk, that would make me very happy as well. So think about it. And I hope that you will indeed donate to it. Yes. Let's see what else we have here. Okay. There we go. There we go. Here we go. David Skipper says Brian Brown in FX. Okay. It's been a while. So I maybe the other, I can't remember. I'll think of it in a minute. Yeah. Crazy Mike says, ever see the movie Salvage One? No, about a junk man that builds his own rocket and salvages the moon landing from the Apollo landing. Sites. You can find it on YouTube. It was made in 80. No, I haven't seen that one. Or if I did, Mike, I don't remember it, which is even better. Fun to see it, you know. There she is again. Surfer Girl, hello. Paul says, your situation with Howard is kind of like when I wanted to get Bill Rogers to record my voicemail greeting. I finally got him to record thanks to my wife, who striking up a conversation with Camille Dixon. See, you know, you don't know how many ways it can happen. I want to meet Clint Eastwood. Okay. I love The Good, the Bad, the Ugly. And I have met Lee Van Cleef and oh gosh, it's so terrible. Anyway, it'll come to me. Anyway, I've met Angel Eyes, I've met Tuco, and I haven't met Blondie. And I would be willing to take him to lunch in order just to tell him thank you for the movie I love. And I got to Eli Wallach. There it is. Yes, thank you, God. Eli Wallach and I did a movie together. Doesn't that sound great? Like I was here and he was here. I was actually an extra on a movie called Mama's Boy. And when I do extra work, I can't be close to the principal actors because I'm so identifiable. So what they do is they make me often, they'll say, Terry, I need another body. And I'll come. And as an extra, I'll be way in the back where you never see me. Or I am the shadow on the window of the bookstore that they are inside. So all you see is my shadow walking back and forth. And this is where I met Eli Wallach and we struck up a conversation. And I had a great conversation with him. He really thought I was quite a funny character, which I am. And I got to spend some time with him, which was joyful. He signed a beautiful photo for me and signed my 20th anniversary of Good, the Bad, the Ugly. It's really exciting. Or it's the 30th anniversary. I think it's 20th anniversary. Maybe it's 30th. But anyway, he signed that for me. And I told him at the time I wanted to meet Clint Eastwood. So if any of you have ties, I don't expect to meet Clint Eastwood without reciprocating. So I'll take him to lunch or donate to his charity, whatever. I just want to close that gap of that trifecta there. So there you go. It's pretty exciting. So yeah. In WGO 1997, in the middle of thunderstorm, I ran out in the rain and did a cheesy pose in the rain photo. Well, there you go. Of course you did. I ran for CHOC, Children's Hospital of Orange County, in a hurricane. Yeah, what was the matter with me? They already had my money. I could have had a coffee. Drink them if you got them, but I didn't. I ran the whole race in a hurricane. And Disneyland, it was flooding. You had to be very, very careful. I had gotten some special shoes that grip in water. Thank God, because there were times the scooters were shutting down. People in scooters, you can do it in anything. You can ride scooters. You can ride those these kind that drive you around. You can have walkers. You can have canes. You can have crutches. Everything. Everybody is all are welcome. And so it's great. Crank, Cachet, book. See you tomorrow. I'm sure I have it all with me, my dear, but thank you for reminding me. Hey, Terry, swimming underwater is very cool. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Salvage One. Oh, thank you. That's my alarm to say I got to get ready to go to prepare for my next thing. But that's how it is. Oh my God, we love all those movies, Terry. Yes, Google my name, Terry Hardin, and you'll see I've got 2 Wikipedia pages, and then there's a lot of history because I've done Dinosaurs, the TV show. I did that for 4.5 years, and I did the little Chicken McNuggets before they became CG. They were puppets, and I did a special thing for Tokyo. I did a special thing for, Paris because of my dragon's lair. So all you have to do, my dear friend, is ask here and I will definitely share. Okay. Fistful of Dollars was a movie that was just really super special to me. And as a kid, it's my favorite. I love stories where it's just people. So you have three people that are not involved with the Civil War at all, but the war is affecting them. So I like that, where you're just a person and you're being affected by your surroundings, which is cool, right? So you have Angel Eyes, who has decided to be an assassin, but he has a code, doesn't he? He always finishes the job. It doesn't matter, but he always does. So that's really such an interesting like through line. Then you have Tuco, who would either have starved or had to go into being a priest, or he had to be a bandit. He chose bandit. He just felt it was faster, easier, and could take care of his family. That's what he thought. And then you have Blondie, who just is someone who seems to shoot very, very well, kick back, laid back, making his way through life the best he can as long as he doesn't have to serve. And then, of course, he does end up serving. So there's three people who create a bond, so to speak, odd as it is. And it's just a fabulous movie with a great soundtrack. And Eli was telling me that um, at the time, Clint Eastwood was very shy when he was in New York and he first met Eli. He stood like next to the doorway like a wooden Indian. He was like really nervous. But of course, we're all nervous when we first start out, don't we? And now he's like a super pro, super director, super actor. Love his movies. Yeah, just very, very exciting. So you guys got some ins, let me know. Yeah, that's what she said. A few dollars more for a few dollars more. Good, the bad, the ugly, and for a few dollars more. A few dollars more, of course, was a different one. Fistful of different one. Yeah. But a few dollars more is mine. Yeah. One lead actor was Andy Griffin. Awesome. Joe, I built the rocket from salvage one. The venture out of scrap Pringle can, paper, towel tubes, odds and ends. Mike, I did Team America with those brothers who do South Park. And one of my favorite sets was done by my dear friend, may he rest in peace, Joe Viscoso. He did the China set with Chinese chopsticks and takeout containers. All the whole village was built out of that stuff, and it was phenomenal. I remember just sitting for days and looking to see what was where. I did puppets on that movie. So good for you. Congratulations. I just love Clint Eastwood and all his movies. Josie Wales, Two Mules for Sister Sarah. I love one of his later ones, The Mule. I think The Mule is fantastic. This goes to show you that, don't buy the book that you're done after, being old. They usually say women are done being old, but look at Maggie Smith. I mean, she's killing it. She's just everywhere all the time. She keeps saying that she's going to retire, but they keep saying, "Oh, please, Maggie, one more," because she's so good. So don't buy that book that says you're washed up as an actress after 30 or 40 or whatever the number is. Doesn't matter. Just don't let that happen. You keep going because just ask Dom Judi Dench if that's true. No, Maggie Smith. No, Jane Fonda, a little weird looking because she looks like a Barbie doll, and I think she should let that go. But she's there too. So you got a lot of people who are just keep killing it. So don't let yourself continue to, worry about that if acting or performing happens to be your thing, right? Just don't buy that book. Leave that on the shelf. That set is cool because of what they used to make. Exactly. Indeed. Absolutely. $1 Million Baby. That one's a tough one to watch, isn't it? Yeah, I only watch that in the morning because it stays with me too long. But I'm with you on that. LOL. All right, my loves. I love you very much. I think you guys are just amazing. Two more things. Patreon.com. If you want to dig deeper, it's only $5 a month. You can look at the various portals, but 5 works for most of what I'm doing now. And I invite you to join. And then finally, if you want that pin, $30, write pin in the message and let me know where we can find you. You don't have to put your email in there, but just look at the email on the announcement when you go there and find my page and donate, if you will, to get a pin. There are only 30 left. All right, everyone, I'm off and running. I am history. David says join the tribe. I love you, David, for saying that. Join the tribe. It's really fun. You guys are very wonderful. Everyone have a great weekend. I will report Monday on how my event went, how the event Stephanie and I are doing, and it's for chalk. So donate, please, and we will. The shirt you have on is terry cloth, sort of. Yes, it's the Haunted Mansion shirt. I love you guys. Do something nice for someone else. It'll make you feel a whole lot better. Don't live in the world of depression. You want to come out of it? Take it from me, who's been pretty sad since the death of my father. I did 3 charities in 3 weeks, and I feel really sparkly. All you have to do is do something for someone else. Give your time, give your voice, give the money if you can do that, okay? And you won't believe how it will just light a fire in you and make you feel better. So that's my suggestion to you. I love you. I hope you will gather with me again soon, and we'll talk later. All right. Bye for now.